Testing, testing.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
All right.
Yes. Did you go live?
Yeah, I'm live. You said one of the things didn't have audio, or was that something else? Or did it mute it because of copyright?
Oh, that's a good point.
You said the commercial?
Yeah, one of the commercials.
Let's see.
I think it was, shoot, I don't remember. Yeah, it was either the darkening commercial or it was, the other one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So let me go back to that real quick. Deadly.
Oh, we're getting lots of echo here.
I know, it's because I have the audio on.
Oh, okay.
It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good.
Oh, it does come through. But very quietly. Let's try that again.
It's time to check out the Dorkening Podcast Network.
They're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. It's my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating.
I don't understand why they're so quiet.
Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly.
Weird. I don't know why they're so quiet. See how loud we are? But the things, and I have them cranked too. It's weird. Okay, that's working. Is the tiki-takis.
Taco Bell went absolutely wild tonight at Lip Gloss Live, announcing almost 30 new items. This video is going to cover the 10 that are scheduled.
What?
Sweet. I'm excited.
Test kitchen, so follow for that, but let's get to it. First, the chicken strip menu.
Yeah, well, chicken strips, everybody. We got some chicken strips here. Street chalupas. Ooh, flaming hot burritos. Beefy crunch burrito with flaming hot rice. Queso crisp taco. Baja Midnight Mountain Dew. Ooh. Shredded beef grilled cheese burrito. Oh my god.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to change that to. I cannot.
Okay.
It will not let you do it.
You might like this, a steak and poblano quesadilla.
Ooh. That could be really good.
Doritos Logos Tacos, Camarón empanadas, hot honey Diablo sauce. All right.
Anyway, everybody.
Went right to it.
Everybody's a fan of Taco Bell, so.
Testing.
Unlike, obviously, some people think Taco Bell affects whatever problems with your digestive system. I have no idea what you got going on, but it doesn't do it to mine. Anyway.
Okay. All right, that's good. So now I just got to go into YouTube somehow.
Yeah, you got to go to YouTube's. Go to the YouTubes. Because no matter what on the iPad, it just brings you to the app. It will not go to the desktop version of YouTube website. It just refuses to do it.
All right, where do I go? It's been so long.
Studio.
Okay.
Content.
Where's that at?
It should be like the second or third thing. Content.
All right.
Yep.
So now what?
Click on that. Is it? Yeah, right there. Thumbnail. There we go. Save it. Up top, right above the picture. Boom.
Boom. That it?
Yeah.
Is there anything else we have to type in there?
No, should be fine. That'll be for after anyway.
Oh.
I can always edit that after the fact, but yeah.
All right, so we're on everything.
Okay, let's roll the intro, everybody.
The beautiful bean footage.
Welcome everybody back. We have a great show for you. Acclaim is back.
Woo!
Surprising. Some of the most surprising news I think I saw this morning was this. This was insane. That out of the blue, Acclaim made an announcement. They are back. From the original founders too. I guess whatever happened over the years, they kept a hold of their licensing for their name. So, which is crazy.
How'd they get it back? Or they never lost
They never lost it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, insane. We'll get into that in a minute, everybody, because this week's been a doozy. We're doing some stuff. People are losing their mind because a lot of companies lost money in February. If you don't know, if you work for a company, I'm sure you know about this because a lot of people did. Lost money. Well, they didn't lose money, I should say. They just think they lost money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, but that's the funnest. What the heck have we been doing the last couple of weeks here?
Well, we filmed some videos. I played a little bit of Cyberpunk. Got back into that. And then just working. I got a vacation coming on, so hopefully we can do something on my vacation.
Yeah.
That's about it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we played some PUBG.
Yes, we did play some PUBG.
We're either we're getting better or we just suck. I don't know, but we've been getting at least a chicken dinner once a week. That for us, that's good. So,
yeah. I think it's more aligns. I know for me personally, it was like everybody was like trying. Like back then, when the game was first came out, everybody was really into it, and everybody was trying to figure out whatever meta it was and playing with certain weapons, and this is how you play. And now I'm just like, it's a weapon. I'm going to use it. I'll shoot somebody. Maybe. We'll see. And that's it. And I don't care. And I think that like the laid backness of it allows you not to worry so much of like what current meta or whatever way you're supposed to play the game, and just play the game. Like, who gives a shit? I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah. We're just playing to have fun now. We're not being serious. Because it used to be.
Well, it used to be a little try. Everybody was trying a little too hard. That's why
we were being try-hards.
Yes, we were being try-hards. So, and at times, I mean, I guess it never really paid off because you lose sight of the actual goal. But, that's like where it is, though. I mean, it's a fun game, though. I mean, it really, people think it's changed a lot, but it hasn't really changed a whole lot from its release. And it is veering on a semi-old game at this point.
Yeah.
I think that at this point we do need a PUBG 2.
Well, the scary thing is, it looks like a lot of battle royals, or just battle royale in general, isn't being. Now it's about extraction.
Yeah, the extraction.
That's
thing.
like the new hit thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I get that. Well, the reason why is because at the time, like when battle royales were first coming up, obviously the first series to actually highlight this idea, as far as media wise, was a series called Battle Royale. It was three movies that came out. The first one originally, when it came out before they made the second one, was banned in most countries, which was incredible, and then it was finally released. It was finally released in other countries, and we finally got to see it over here and whatnot. Well, I had to acquire it in other means when it first came out, but it was a really good flick. If you never checked out the Battle Royale trilogy movies, It was the Hunger Games before the Hunger Games. The only difference is it was like in the future dystopian world, the only way you graduate high school is only one person's allowed to graduate high school.
Oh.
So the graduating class is pretty much abducted, given neck collars that'll explode if they try to escape.
I don't want to go there.
And then you have to fight in a battle royale to see if you graduate.
Or if you die.
Or if you die. And obviously it led to a whole, just like Hunger Games, there's a whole revolution that happens of people fighting against it and everything. And it's a 3-movie process. It's pretty good. And then years later, obviously, I can't remember her name, my fan, drawing a blank. The girl who wrote the Hunger Games wrote the Hunger Games. And that got super popular. It got the idea of battle royales in people's heads. A number of battle royale games came out because it's a great idea and it's very competitive and it's a lot of fun.
And unfortunately, right now, one of the biggest is Fortnite.
Yes.
Which still is coming out with major updates every month.
Yeah.
And I played the non-build mode. It's not too bad. It's just the graphics, put me off.
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me. I can't deal with the graphics too long.
But they just, I think their update came out with some kind of heist mode.
Oh, they need to. So I wish it'd be cool. I think they'd get a lot more people into it too, if they released graphics packs for people. So like, if you're really into the cutesy, you could make it even more cutesy looking. Okay?
Oh yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, like some of the skins you can get that look like a cartoon.
Yeah,
and it's like it looks like you're playing as a cartoon. It's kind of cool on how well it works. Yeah, because I remember as a kid we were like, oh, let's playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? Mm-hmm. It looks as good as they could get it, but now they look like you're playing what you watch.
Oh yeah. No, I know. And like for instance, I want more realistic. So let's make the colors all closer to reality. Mm-hmm. That I think would draw even
texture packs.
Not they need to draw people in because they have a crazy audience, so they have no reason to do this. But that is one thing like why I will only play it if I'm forced to is because of the art style is so terrible.
Yeah, like I don't mind the non-build mode.
Yeah,
but it plays like the controls are probably one of the best because just how well it flows because it's always being updated and stuff. It's not really janky or nothing like that.
Yeah, but there's no first-person mode though.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. I miss Warzone. That was my favorite. I love Warzone, even though some people don't like the speed of it.
Yeah.
But with Warzone, you got first person. You do with PUBG, but you got first person Warzone, and you can't peek around fucking corners.
Have you noticed too with PUBG? Like obviously, I was debating with Graham on our last live stream too. Mm-hmm. We were playing PUBG. Most of the professional PUBG, it's all first person.
Is it?
Yep.
I bet he says otherwise.
You can look it up. Yeah, it's first person. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee it's because a lot of people don't. Obviously, they think, like myself, the mechanic where you can look around a corner by holding Alt is cheating. And I personally think that. That is cheating. I don't think the Alt button should be a thing in the game. That should be disabled. Yeah. But I don't know if the developers are able to do that. I don't think you give a shit anymore. Not to mention the original developer's not even involved anymore. He's doing his own thing now.
There's God.
What's
so many? Is that game's gone through so many people? Remember Bluehole? Are they still part of it? I don't even know. It used to be they were that. Then it Tencent.
Yeah. Tencent bought them out.
Because I remember Bluehole. I remember that.
Yeah. Now Tencent's getting involved in AI and stuff like that. They've made their own version of DeepSeek because DeepSeek is open source and they're doing some crazy shit with it. Because what they're doing it now is they're using it to make an AI to make game assets with AI easily.
They're the BlackRock and Vanguard of media.
Oh, well, they're just as big as Google. They're huge. They own everything over in the east side of the world. Pretty much, that's pretty insane. But yeah, now we're running to a time, and I think people are more busy in this day and age. I think people are looking for something that's in the medium between not super high stress, which is like a battle royale, but it's intense, it gets you to play again, to, okay, I just need a little bit of intensity, not that much. I can get that thrill to a point, but I'm not getting stressed out. And that's where you get the extraction modes.
Yeah. Which can be stressful.
Yeah, it can be, but not to the level of a battle royale. It doesn't feel the stakes are as high. And it gives
I don't know, because what you leave with is what you keep.
Yeah.
In most extraction. So you want to say, because like the next time you spawn in, you can have good guns instead of a pistol and a single shot rifle or something.
Yeah, I don't care though about that. Like when I was playing with extraction, like in the Call of Duty one, I didn't give a shit. Yeah, you'd lose everything. I'd be like, so what? I'll drop and I'll grab a bunch of shit again in like 2 seconds. Who gives a shit?
Well, that's not the point of the game, Nate.
The fun for me was just trying to figure out if I was running into an AI or a person.
Oh yeah, because there are NPCs in that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't have like NPC mode battle royales. Like in Fortnite, like there's some areas where you go into, there's like, I don't know, little district areas you drop into, and there's guards.
Well, yeah, that's like in PUBG now. The newer maps have that.
Oh yeah, that's right. That one. Those are tough though. These guys, they're kind of tough, and they take a lot of bullets. But and then they drop some good gear.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think it'd be neat if they had like a different modes of like the.
Well, I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that soon, because a lot of companies are using current AI to train the newer version of bots, and they are going to act just like humans when they're playing, and that's going to be awesome because it's going to always feel like you're playing against a person.
Yeah, but you never know.
You won't know, but you'll have the same amount of thrill because you won't be able to tell.
So what if the AI accidentally watches a lot of hackers? Do the bots become hackers?
Well, no, because they couldn't perform those things. So
yeah, but it'll see those things being performed.
Well, yeah, but then when they replay the bots what they're doing, they'll go, okay, this is bad data. We'll have to redo this.
Let's hope.
Well, yeah, yeah, because it'll show they're not playing like humans. But yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, and I can't wait for. Oh my god, and I know it's going to happen because there's going to be people like Grim that report every person as a hacker. Okay, and what's going to happen is there's people like Grim that are going to report these bots that are kicking the shit out of them as hackers, and they're going to go, huh? The developer's going to go, no.
No, when you report a bot as a hacker, it'll be like bot mode activated. You have reported a bot. Ha ha ha. You know, something like that. It'll show like a Terminator.
Or no, what they should do, just like any like legal system, you can't make false claims. If you make false claims, it's going to count against your account. Yeah,
but the problem with that is you don't know. You have no proof, so it's like you're just letting them know, hey, I think this might be a hacker. You can't, like, that's all you can really do. You can't go, it's a hacker, and then go, oh, well, I'm going to ban you. Because you don't know.
But this is the problem, though.
You have no evidence.
But if there's people that pull the trigger too easily, then there's too much data for them to analyze.
Yeah, but if there was a button, like if you were playing the game, oh, hacker, and you hit the button right then and there, that's understandable, but you can't do it until you're dead.
No.
So there's really no way they could. I don't think that would be fair. Just because of how many hackers there are.
Yeah. No, I know, but we need a way to alleviate the amount of people that are falsely reporting them.
Yeah, but it's not hurting anybody.
No, but it is hurting the data. Because if like 80% at least or 90% of the data coming in was real hackers, they could really dial in and eliminate them people real easily.
Yeah, but you would never know. You wouldn't be able to figure that out. The only data they're going to get, if they did that, then there would be nobody reporting hackers. What are they going to have to sign up to be a hacker? What do you call it? A tattletale? You know, he's a hacker. Oh, I'm going to sign up to be the hacker tattletaler. You know,
I know. Yeah.
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's tough But like there's like I don't want to get into debate with Grim because Grim could be right, he could not be right. But
Yeah, like I understand what you're saying.
There's
It's
been
like,
a number of them that I didn't agree that it was a hacker.
Hacker. It's always a hacker. Like, come on, guys. Let's
thing,
play the game.
The same thing with Ben. Ben would do the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Hacker.
Yeah. And it's like, are you using that as a crutch because you played badly? Because you probably are.
Well, Grim's not bad.
He's not bad. No.
The other guy.
Yeah.
My gun's unloaded. Why did it unload? What the hell? It's because you shot half of it at another person that you accidentally killed Grim with.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun. We also were going to get into, we shot a video repairing 3 different computers, which we got loosely all 3 of them running. When they were, all 3 of them were pretty much presumed dead. And they're all working for the most part.
Well, they turn on.
They turn on. Well, one's completely working.
Yeah.
Which is the one running Linux now. Mm-hmm. So.
But it needs another drive. It needs a new drive.
It needs a newer drive. Yeah, and obviously the XP one that boots up, but obviously everything else is dead in this thing. But it boots up. It's not completely dead. Which I have a hold of that machine now.
Oh yeah.
So. That's what it is, along with a handful of other machines that I have. Which was funny because I got the newest laptop, right, out of all of them, was supposedly one that my aunt bought in 2018 or something like that. And my sister tried to say it's new. I'm like, 2018 is not really new. And then I find out, I'm like, this thing is dirt slow. What the hell is this thing?
Celeron?
Oh, no, it was an i3 something.
Ooh, I forgot about i3s.
And it was manufactured in 2014.
Oh, well, that's new.
Well,
that's i3, what, 2000?
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, the laptop is just shit, though. It is a shit laptop. The thing's slower than dirt. The only thing cool about the laptop at all is that it has a giant 17-inch screen.
Oh, wow.
That's it. The thing is shit.
So that's what all the money was spent on.
No, I didn't. No, I was looking it up. If she paid more than like $300 for this thing, she was getting ripped off.
Oh, you know she paid more than $300.
She was getting ripped off. It was like, oh my God. Like, has no SSD.
Of course not. What year was it?
2014.
No.
My laptop was from 2014. My last one. That one I had forever.
You sure you didn't install that yourself?
No.
Yeah, but you had a
business
piece.
Yeah, I had an HP EliteBook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that came with a terabyte SSD.
It must have been an early SSD. I'm surprised.
And 12 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, that was definitely aftermarket. Like, I mean, like, not aftermarket, but like built that way. Yeah. Like the person who ordered it the first time.
Oh, no. There was.
Or did they come stock?
No, they come with stock. I know they don't come with the 12 gigs of RAM. That was extra. They had it added that after it was refurbished.
That's what I mean.
But it came standard with the SSD.
Yeah. It was probably like a low end at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems
so. Crazy. But this thing is like, I don't know. And it's
because like even newer computers, you don't get fucking terabyte SSDs. It's kind of ridiculous. Most of the time when you buy a laptop, it's like, 250 gigs. Why?
Oh, yeah, those.
Like, why?
Yeah, there's those shit ones.
It better come with 2 hard drives. If I ever buy a computer, it better come with 2 hard drives. If that's the case.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's man.
Like, fine, 256 is fine for the boot, but I need storage. That's what drives me. That's the biggest issue with like MacBooks.
Yeah.
Because like I paid extra so I could have it might be a terabyte or 512, and it's an M1. So.
Oh yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't remember if it's a 512 or 1 terabyte, but still that costs extra because you can't add hard drives. Mm-hmm. But they expect you to use external, and that's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. And we also have other thing cool we got a hold of, which we can put up on display, or maybe use in something. So a completely unopened that the client gave us, an unopened cooler, PC cooler.
Okay.
It looks pretty beefy too, which is crazy. But we could just put it on display or something, or use it in something. Mm-hmm. And a unopened copy, which will definitely be a cool like just display piece in the back, an unopened copy of XP.
Oh yeah, she told me about that today.
Yeah, it's in the back. You'll have to grab it. I also have another one which will display as well. because there's a completely, along with all their shit, there's a whole bunch of discs and stuff, but completely unopened versions of XP also there too. But they're not in the box; they're in like sleeves.
Oh, like OEMs?
Yeah.
Like for
Yeah.
people that build computers?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, what the? So I have that and other software I've never heard of. Like in a weird, one of the paperwork, it was funny, an advertisement for USB 1.0 storage. I'm like,
It sucks that you can't really use XP anymore. Because there's no more security.
well, there is a version that a team is built, like 3 or 4 guys that are doing it, that are doing a version of XP that does have modern security updates
Oh.
that you can get a hold of. It's a little buggy.
Yeah, but it's like a special file. You can't like use one of the copies we got.
No.
Yeah.
It's their own thing.
You have a legit copy of Windows, but you can't use it because it's 20 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. You could use it, just don't go on the internet.
Yeah. But how are you going to do anything to get it ready?
Just don't go on the internet. Or if you go on the internet, have a very closed system.
Well, firewall and yeah.
Put like 12 firewalls in front of that thing.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Then you'll get ransomware.
But like the other thing too with that laptop, the other one that was supposed to be the newest one, I was like, this thing is not charging at all. And it's weird. I took the battery out, plugged it back in as it's like plugged in, and then it read a weird error. It was like 2,536 hours till charge. I'm like, what?
Congratulations. That's a 1 watt charging brick right there.
It's like, what is it doing? And then it just said no charging again. But yeah, the battery is obviously dead.
Is that one of the laptops like the type that won't work without the battery in it?
No, it'll work.
Oh, it will work?
It will.
Just plugged in? Oh, but
Yeah,
do you have the adapter?
Yeah.
Oh, this one you do.
Yeah. The other 2, I don't have the adapter, but I got one of them working. But what's weird is that multi-plug adapter I have, because both computers are Toshiba, but there's only one plug for Toshiba, and they don't work on both of them. Nor do I have nor do any of the plugs work with the other Toshiba, which is weird. So I have to especially.
Is it a proprietary plug or?
Yeah, it's a weird plug. It's like it's not the size you normally would see, so I don't know. It's like some, but it was like one of the first like Toshiba satellite books, whatever. It has like a fingerprint reader and shit.
Oh.
So yeah, it's interesting. But those are distinctly going to get. One is definitely going to get like the newer version of XP on it, and the other one's going to be a complete Linux like box. So, but
no, we're not ignoring the chat. Just can't read it.
oh no, we can't. Yeah, sorry, sorry, everybody. Yeah, we're not trying to ignore the chat, everybody. And if you are here listening to us, we thank you for listening to us. We're here 6 o'clock usually. We are a little bit late today. Not too many, like 5 minutes late ish. We were setting up though. Good. Our new setup. But yeah.
Have you ever used iGel? Is that what it is?
iGel.
That's what it says.
That's what it says. iGel.
That's what he asked.
iGel. I don't know what iGel is. iGel. What's it for? Or is it a software?
I don't know. But no, we're not ignoring. Just surprised.
Edge operating system is a transformative enterprise endpoint operating system designed for SaaS, DaaS, VDI environments.
SaaS, DaaS, and VDI?
My God, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, no, I've never heard of this. This is interesting.
He says it's a.
It's from 2001.
What they use at work, and it's an outstanding version of Linux.
Oh, yeah. It's been around since 2001. Oh man, this reminds you. So I don't know why that reminded me of it because I'm rereading the Rise and Fall of Dodo right now, and their operating system they're using is like some special super government operating system that is not used in anything else. I forget the hell it's called. It's called like Silver Hat or something stupid. Silver Hat. Yeah. Obviously, they're just playing off Red Hat.
There we go. Now we can read it.
Yeah. So That's what that reminds me of. But there are so many, like for instance, like when we were helping that client, they had some other computer, and they were like, oh, it's running something. It's not Linux or Windows. I'm like, there's over 1,000 versions of Linux.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's probably Linux. Yeah, no shit, it's probably Linux. It's probably Linux. It's just some version you've never seen. There's so many. Like the version I want to eventually get running on the compact computer when we do the second part, I want to get Haiku Linux running on there because it's a very obscure version of Linux, kind of based off OS2 a little bit.
We're going to want to get it running to see if we can play a game on it. Any fucking game. If we can get it going.
We want to get Half-Life 2.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
Yes, I want to get Half-Life 2 running on, damn it. But yeah, we'll probably get Half-Life 2 running on all of them. Especially. I mean, the Shitbox, which is the newest one, which is funny. I could probably get it running, and that probably run Half-Life. It'll probably look pretty cool because it's in a giant 17-inch screen.
Oh.
It won't run that well because it's a shit like i3 with whatever integrated graphics processor. I don't even know.
It'll be a slideshow.
Yeah, it's oh yeah. I don't know. There's so much e-waste stuff like that. Like, why did you buy it? Like, I don't understand.
Well, you said they bought one every year.
They did, but then like this is later. This was when they were younger. They would buy a newer one. So like for instance, the other ones I have, you can tell like at the time these are things were like top of the line and like really well done. Like they had a whole bunch of features and shit like that. And then this one's like later on, oh, I just want a computer. Okay, you didn't even really do anything with it. What?
I was really hoping they'd come home with like an old ass MacBook.
I was hoping. I guess they weren't into Macs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's what it is, though. I mean, it'd be cool to get a whole Mac, but I have a whole bunch of Toshibas. Apparently, they love Toshiba.
So, what do you think on the current GPU market?
Oh, okay.
My $800 7900 XTX is going for $1,500.
Yeah. So, let's talk about the GPU situation at the moment. Okay. Because currently, I'm running an NVIDIA card. Okay, and so are you. And the main reason why I'm running one is because the neural network thing with DaVinci and stuff, which just takes advantage of that. The AI stuff. And with the AI software I run on the local end on my computer too that I mess with, uses, and NVIDIA does a really good job of that. Now, so it's been some time coming, and NVIDIA, the 50 series, has dropped the ball again.
Oh, yeah.
They have
same with the 40 series for now.
They completely have dropped the ball. Okay.
They really relied on their DLSS for the new cards.
They did, but that's not the biggest thing because I would have bought
the biggest.
That's not the biggest. I would have probably bought a 50 card. Okay. The problem is manufacturing.
Oh.
Okay. So this is the biggest. So no matter what, it seems like NVIDIA every goddamn time, and I don't know what it is. I would love an actual proper answer from them. Why Okay. For instance, like the best way to put it is Linus did the same example. So the Switch 2, when it's going to come out, we're not that far away from the Switch 2, okay? When the Switch 2 comes out, there is going to be enough switches on the shelf. Switches 2 on the shelf for everybody and their mother and their dog to buy one. You know there will be, right? Nintendo has never screwed that up. Like when the Switch first came out, I don't remember having a problem ever getting one.
No.
I got one like right away.
I think it might have been like a couple weeks behind. When
it was maybe slight, but it wasn't that bad. But you didn't have to go, oh man, I'm gonna have to spend $300 more to get this thing. Okay, but that's even being light on it. So the 50 series, okay, if you want to get a hold of one, you're paying close to $1,000 more in some cases right now.
Yeah, it was so like the 5070 Ti is where you really want to start at because they're saying like the 5070 is just.
But I want to pay what they said the price was going to be for the 57. I would have bought one.
Yeah, well, they were saying that like the 5070 is comparable to a 4090.
Yes.
And then they tested it and the AMD card was beating it.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, right. Yeah. But like for instance, if it was like $500, $600 like they said it was going to be, I would have bought a 5070.
Yeah, that's like we want to build a
gaming PC,
a portable gaming rig for the studio, so we can have some live streams and stuff.
Yeah. So, and since we're getting something pretty soon, our next check, so we'll have to plan for that trip up to Micro Center.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll be able to get the case from Micro Center, but
no, they have a whole section of used cases.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But do they have cases with handles on them?
If we can put a handle on it.
Because I want
know.
I want a Ben computer that he's always wanted.
Okay.
He will be like, hey, Ben, look at this. My computer's this big.
Yeah.
Because we already have 64 gigs of RAM for it. So.
Oh, that's right. Anyway.
5090 is $5,000. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's stupid.
Holy crap.
So where if NVIDIA actually just manufactured, instead of, if they delayed the launch and said, we're going to manufacture the bejesus out of the chips. We're going to manufacture so many we don't even know what to do with them anymore. Okay? No, they didn't do that. Again, surprise. Where, guess who has done that?
AMD.
Yes. And the 90 series, holy shit. Yeah.
So he's saying DLSS 4.0 is needed to run games, or isn't 4.0 on the 50 series?
But did you know? I bet you didn't know this.
I bet he did.
I bet he did. We're going to do a short on this pretty soon. There is a program on GitHub. If you look it up right now in the chat, if you want, you can look it up. There is a program that allows you to run different version of DLSS. On whatever card you have. Doesn't matter.
But it's not native.
No, it runs it third party, but it'll go in and swap out on your card for you. Well, different versions, so you can run whatever version you think will work better, which is really cool. And it's a whole project a couple guys did on GitHub. It's really cool. I want to do a short on it.
Yes, I want to play that game. Indiana Jones.
Yeah, everybody does a demo of it now with Indiana Jones, obviously because it's the first game to require ray tracing.
Oh, that's right.
So,
but what they were using before was Tomb Raider a lot for the ray tracing.
But what is it, like the 970 XT is like I think that is going to be my next graphics card. $600.
One of them needs to start naming their graphics cards after animals or something, because I have lost track with the whole AMD numbers. Because the cards and the CPUs are like the same. The 9800X3D or the XTX. What the fuck is the difference?
It is hard to keep up with.
I want the AMD giraffe, okay?
Oh, I don't know. Or after snacks, I don't know. I want the AMD Dorito 5000.
I want the Taco Bell Quesalupa.
Oh, anyway, it can be a great cross marketing too. I don't know. Anyway,
the card will be like purple and white and blue.
Yeah.
I want the Baja Blast.
Yeah, my God. Oh, so we're off the rails anyway. I was watching a video of a guy who went to the last with the Kintako hut.
I don't know what that is. Kintako
hut. What do you think that is?
It's a Kentucky Fried Taco Bell Pizza Hut.
Yes. There used to be a bunch. The only one left is in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. You know, there's a Ponderosa still.
Where?
I don't remember.
Oh,
Minnesota.
Oh, Jim.
I don't know. Like one of those Midwest.
Yeah, but I guess he was trying to track it down, and he finally found, he was looking at all these spots people speculated where they were, and they were already, a lot of them had just turned into, Taco Bells or just Pizza Huts, and nothing else. And there's one left where you can order all three stuff at the same menu. It's all the same kitchen. So, which is interesting. He made a weird pizza jalupa thing burrito and rolled it up, and it was interesting. Because he ordered stuff from all three. And I was like, oh. And yeah, I wish those things were still around. I wish those were still a thing. I'm not sure, I guess. And he summed it up to, they got a new CEO around 2014, the parent company that owns all of them. And he's the one who kind of consolidated and started changing a lot of them. And I was like, God damn it.
My problem with the KFC Taco Bells,
I have one major problem with
they don't change their oil or something, and it just the Taco Bell stuff that they have to fry tastes terrible.
Oh, okay. I've never noticed.
I don't know if it's that one. I just know the one in Wakefield does, because I'll get a taco pizza.
I personally don't think they changed their oil. That's just in general.
That's probably why they had that fire.
Yeah, that's such a shit taco. I hate that one. But that's not the reason why I hate those. Because there is this.
I know the number. I know your reason.
The reason why is because I order from the app. Okay.
Because the app gets the best deals, man.
The app gets the best deals. They have usually exclusive stuff you can only order on the app. You don't have to. So say if you go and get whatever, a burrito. Okay. So one of the things you can do really cool that a lot of people don't realize is you can change any like burrito to make it grilled for free.
Oh, well, that shouldn't be a hard thing to do.
No, but then you can add different toppings. There's like, you don't realize there's like 30 toppings and ingredients you can throw into a burrito if you want for free.
Yeah.
And then trying to explain that to a person, because that's the only way you can order at one of these like Kentucky Fried Chicken / Taco Bell's at the counter, which is really stupid.
Yeah.
In this day and age, it's really dumb. But you can order KFC from the app still on those. Like, what is going on here?
And they get a lot of like Uber Eats and stuff orders.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But
so yeah, I hate those ones. That's why I go to Groton.
And Domino's has stuffed crust now.
Yes.
I haven't tried it or nothing. But.
I got the.
But we're getting a Domino's in West Wakefield now. It's being built.
That's not super close, but yeah.
Not for you. For me, it's
not really close to you either.
It's an easier drive though. It's just a straight shot versus
I guess.
all the fucking roads.
Yes.
I don't want to go all the way back to where I came from.
Twisted Pizza is really good.
They're okay. They're okay if you like. They make a really good extra cheese, like pepperoni.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They're good on the extra cheese.
Obviously, you live not far because obviously I get K&S when I leave here every time.
Mm-hmm. I haven't had that in like a year.
I don't know. I love K&S.
Yeah.
Especially their steak extravaganza calzone.
Oh, jeez.
It has everything and the kitchen sink in it.
I wanted it. They have that salad with the candied whatever in it. They never have it.
Yeah.
So I was like,
K&S still exists.
yeah. But
yes,
you know what doesn't? Kingston.
No.
The one off of Route 1 still does, but the one down the other way's gone.
That's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was like issues in the building.
There was something with plumbing and stuff going on. Yeah.
So what's old is new?
Okay, so what's old is new is the fact that we were talking about retro gaming. We were just talking about retro consoles and stuff.
Computers.
Well, one of the big thing is Acclaim. Mm-hmm. We're getting so Acclaim is back. So the original developers, and bring up this article if it'll go. Oh, I didn't want to bring it up.
The new Nintendo 64, huh? What are you talking about?
The new, yeah. We also have in like so many days we have the new the Nintendo 64 HD done by what's that company that's done like
Analog.
Yeah, Analog. That's it. Yeah, the N64 version's coming out, which is gonna be really cool. That's gonna be pretty neat. But anyway, so out of the blue this morning, Acclaim Entertainment, the legendary company, published titles like Mortal Kombat and NBA Jams. In the 80s and 90s. After more than 2 decades, a team of industry veterans has united to bring back the gaming most iconic brand to publish original intellectual property, said Alex Joseph, CEO of the Los Angeles company, in an interview with GamesBeat. Yeah. So...
Not Teen Beat, GamesBeat.
Yeah, he said it's a relaunch and revitalization of the Acclaim brand with a company's new team, Joseph said. So yeah, they're coming back. They're gonna work on try to publish indie developers, get them known and stuff. And I think that's really cool. Like that Acclaim used to be a very like so many games that I can remember like absolutely love playing. The first thing you think when you pop them on, Acclaim.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they also had a secondary company. What was that?
Shoot.
I don't know if it's a company, but they had another name. There was Acclaim, and then there was another one. Anybody?
Shoot, I don't.
I can't remember the name of it, but if you say it, I'll know.
I always think
they made the Ninja Turtles games.
Who made the Ninja Turtles games is the question. The Ninja Turtles game. Ninja. Oh, foul place. Hell. Ninja.
Ninja. He's talking to
Ninja. Anyway.
Not Iguana.
Konami.
No. Well, yeah, they did, but I gotta look it up.
Continue. Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think Acclaim had anything to do with it. I don't know. Maybe they made one of the versions.
There was another company because they. Just continue.
Anyway, Iguana was their logo.
No, there was a company called Iguana.
Oh.
NBA Jam had it. The basketball bounced by them.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, so this is going to be really cool. Like I said, they're going to work on focusing and publishing indie developers, getting their names out there, getting their IPs like out there.
Ultra.
Oh, yeah,
Ultra.
yeah. Yeah, one of the key goals of the relaunch of Acclaim is to resurrect and revitalize is beyond the portfolio of the classic IP enjoyed for years by millions of players to ensure this version comes to life. Acclaim has assembled a board of compressed establishment industry leaders. Yeah. So yeah, these are people I guess fairly well known and stuff. So yeah, I would love for them to try to put out some classics, like. Maybe do a new. Don't call it NBA Jams because that's obviously I don't know if they own that name anymore. Own the rights to that name.
Oh, I have no idea.
But yeah, just try to vitalize, bring people's nostalgia back. I think that'd be a big way. If indie developers, some of them trying to, you know what I mean? They can make a game called Court Rivals or something. I don't know because the first game was called Art Rivals. I don't know something. But I think this is really cool. It's just funny that. When I saw this morning, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I thought they were owned by somebody. I really did. Apparently not, though. I really thought they were gone. They were absorbed by somebody because everybody else is absorbed by either Microsoft or friggin' whoever. So because everybody's buying everybody, and then they just eliminate those companies.
Ultra was Konami, yeah.
So it was, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because Ultra has made all the Nintendo, Ninja Turtle games. So yeah, but yeah.
Hey, I have Cards Against Humanity Family Edition, and there's some stuff that's not family. Okay, I was kind of surprised when I played it.
Well, I think it matters on your family.
No, so I can't remember what it was, but there was some. It was like, what? That's not. No. No. That's not family, right? It was pretty dirty. I can't remember what it was.
I think the fun is Cards Against Humanity is fun for a little while, and then it just kind of loses its oof,
oof,
because it's you get shocked into okay, yeah. It's fun for a while, and then I don't know. But I've played so many other games. When we were at the studio the last time over at Firesight, we played this game multiple times, where everybody gets there's a picture. You get to pick a random picture out of the thing, and these are just some terrible family photos or just random photos of people from that must have submitted them to the company or something like that. They must have asked people just to submit silly photos or family photos. And they're just bizarre. Some of them are what were they thinking when they took these photos? And then everybody just leaves a quote. You put a card down that's a quote from a movie to sum up what the image you think the image would be established, which is funny. And some of them you can get pretty dark with it too. But yeah, and yeah. We played the game over and over again. But it's just fun. We were gonna switch to other games, but we never did.
I have
fun playing it.
10 or 15 card type games.
We were playing, and I think the funnest card game though I have played to this date, which I have to get a version of. I think Ben still has his set, probably the Trolley game.
I have that.
Oh, you have that?
I have Trolley. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was one of the best card games.
Yeah,
that was so. I think all of us about died of heart failure from laughing too much that night.
Yeah, I want that.
So it's do we save the serial killer or the rapist? What are we doing here?
Because I got that at PAX because I really wanted it because it's the same people that make the other people game with the weird looking people.
Yeah.
Cyanide and Happiness.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh man.
Crazy game.
But yeah, the whole idea, this is Acclaim's coming back and us doing these, we're going to be doing a series of videos because it's first one's obviously the compact one. The next one's going to be getting these three computers somewhat running, and obviously there's an end theme. They're all going to end with running Linux. Okay, sorry, there's a spoiler.
It's kind of a joke, the whole thing.
Yes. Only reason why, because you're not going to get Windows running on some of these old hardwares, nor would you want to because it's completely unsafe.
And then hopefully, after all the old computer stuff, we'll build that new computer.
Yeah, we're going to be building the newer computer. But like, for instance, like Grim he's on the podcast today, but he's having trouble running DOSBox. And we'll have to show him how to do that and whatnot, how to get that running. Because that's definitely going to be like one of those old computers I'm definitely going to be loading up with a whole bunch of old retro games from DOS and stuff to play on, which will be really cool.
Yeah. Because we don't need to use the capture card anymore for cameras.
Oh, yeah.
So we can plug
things into
the new computer into the computer.
Into the computer, yeah. But the thing is, though, the reason why I say old is new is because people throw away so much shit, like that they think is e-waste. And yes, there are things that are e-waste. Like that computer I was just talking about from 2018. Well, it was bought in 2018, but it was from 2014. That is verging on e-waste. That thing is kind of a pile of junk. For what it's worth.
Nothing you can really do with it.
Like, yeah, I can do some things with it, but like even the battery, like it's a giant computer with this little tiny battery. I'm like, why did we waste so much space on a screen and not put a big battery in this thing?
Yeah, you can melt it for gold.
Yes.
For the little traces of gold in the motherboard.
Like even like my old laptop even had like the battery was like half of the back of it, and it was a really thin laptop still, and it had way more power than this thing. I'm like, there was space to do things here, but nobody did it.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? You could have at least put like maybe a 128 SSD in that thing at that time, maybe, but no, you didn't do that either, at all.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, just a fail all around. But yeah, there's so many things that you can use current day. Like one of the things, like I pointed out, like yes, some of those computers are really old that we refixed in this newer video coming out. But as I pointed out to the client, like these things are still useful. You can still go ahead and run things like Batocera and make it a completely emulation machine and run games on it, which is what we're going to do with the mini PC we're going to do here, or the little tiny PC she had. It's like make that a little tiny streaming box for your TV. It'll run better than most streaming box you can buy off the shelf. Way better because it has way more power compared to those things. And yeah, it'll work great. So there's a lot of things you can do with like a really like old hardware. You don't have to throw it away. You can turn old computers actually into so modern routers. Yes, they have a whole bunch of bells and whistles and features, but they are just little small computers at the end of the day. You can go ahead and grab one of these old like Dell like desktop like little computers and turn them into routers, and they'll be way more powerful than any router you can buy on the shelf.
Router?
A router
For like internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would do.
Because that's all they are. They're just mini computers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. But
all you have to do, you know what I mean?
How would you add multiple Ethernet ports?
You just have to add an expansion card to add a whole bunch of expansion ports to it. And then you can run the open source router software that's available. You can get it. There's what the heck's the name? What the hell's the main one? Shoot, I'm drawing a blank on that. Anyway, there's a main one that I've ran on a few routers because the Linksys routers, most of them will allow you to run open source software.
Oh.
So when I used to have a router, I used to go ahead and rip off the original firmware and put my own on there.
Another cool thing you do, you could go onto eBay and like Dell Optiplex.
Yeah, that's the Optiplex. Yeah, because that's the one I even told a coworker, obviously, your associate, to go buy.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you could get some high-end Optiplexes for cheap as hell.
Yep.
And the only thing is, like, you gotta if you have to, you might have to cut it apart if you want to add a graphics card. But
yes,
but hey, you made it.
Yeah, they're not bad. Like I said, those are perfect actually to make into a router. Or you mean so? Why not?
Actually, Linus just did a video.
On
an Optiplex, they cut the hell out of it.
Oh yeah.
They spent $69 on it.
Oh, that's right, they did. They spent yeah. Oh man, yeah, you can make a tiny little gaming machine and work great, or turn it into a home server.
Yeah, it was able to play Cyberpunk in like 1080p or something like that.
Yeah, hell, that's what like my server is. It's an old computer from like 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, so old.
Okay. And it's. I mean, that's my server. It's running a specialized graphics card that's made for just upscaling. And generating 4K video. That's all it's made for. It wouldn't run. You couldn't run games on this thing. It's not made for that. But it's specialized in just that. And obviously, I have an expansion for SATA, so I can add tons of hard drives into it. And it has multiple like 4 terabyte hard drives in it.
But it does have this problem.
What?
It can't run Orphan Black.
So, oh my God. I'll tell you about that after the podcast is actually. There's reasons. Anyway, there's reasons. The thing is, though, it's what it is. I mean, so yeah, don't throw away old hardware, people. That's what I'm saying. What old is new. You can
or
use
donate it. Well, they won't take the hard drive.
No, but you can throw away the hard drive.
Yeah.
Okay. Hard drives die. That's just the thing. But the rest of the hardware probably works pretty well. I mean, at most, some of the caps might be bad. Those are easy to replace. They're cheap.
I honestly wish we had one. There's Goodwill computer stores.
Yes.
Or like tech stores. But we don't have it.
No, we don't have anything close.
I know of.
Nor do we have a Free Geek or anything anywhere near here or anything.
I've never heard of that.
So, but yeah.
Hell, I'm more excited to go to Arby's than to the Micro Center. Okay.
I don't know about Arby's. I'm not a super fan of Arby's, but
I haven't had it in so long.
How long's the one been gone? The Crystal Mall?
I think I was still a kid.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I remember you could go sit in Arby's at the Crystal Mall.
Yeah.
Like that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But it was Arby's was different then. It was a different place.
I don't know. It was always a toss up between that and Sakura, though. I'd always get either that or Sakura for a while.
That might be the only place there now.
Sakura and the other place, the only place left. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing there. It's all gone. Even Dairy Queen is gone.
Dairy Queen's not that great, though.
No, I know, but they were one of the last ones to say at the mall.
Yeah,
that's what's old is old. Because
malls.
It's very upsetting.
But there are some malls that are somewhat thriving. There's a mall over on the west coast of Connecticut that's just doing some kind of grand opening thing that they have a whole bunch of shops opened. They invited like artists in there to do huge murals on the inside and stuff. Mm-hmm. But this is the thing, though. When I've looked into that, like what's going on with some of these places, they are charging
that's the problem.
Astronomical amount for the shops. It's like, okay, why do you think you don't have shops?
It rents insane because they owe millions of dollars, like Providence Place Mall. There's still stores there. If it's doing, the stores are doing fine, but the rent is they're millions of dollars in debt or something like that.
Oh,
that's the problem.
Yeah,
it's just like when I lived in Florida, we had some little strip malls down the street from where I lived, and everybody closed because they wanted so much for rent, like obscene amounts of money, and it's like, things have to change, and that was 13 years ago.
So in this sense, this is a highlight to people. So like I just pointed out, there is a mall that's doing well, not far from where we are right now, maybe a couple of hours drive. That's doing fairly well, and I guarantee if we looked into the numbers, they ain't charging that much for rent.
Oh, really?
Probably not.
Oh,
why do you think a business would open up there? Because you think about the idea of a mall. Why wouldn't you want to put your business in a place like that? You'd want to, because people are going to come there for whatever other business, but they're going to go to yours too because they're going to see yours.
Yeah, because that's what you do. You go from place to place.
And people think it's like it's a dead idea because there's online shopping. No, that's not why they're dead. That is not why they're dead. They're dead because of greed of the people that own the buildings.
Well, yeah.
And then it's not just the buildings, because then you have like the town and the state that they're involved with charging astronomical amount for taxes and whatever else, which is ridiculous, which is probably killing them as well.
Well, there's that, and it's not necessarily the the online shopping. It's they won't match prices. Like I would go to a mall if I could get the same prices I get on Amazon, stuff like that.
That's true, but
like that's why Toys R Us went out, because they wouldn't budge.
Yeah, but I think most people, especially people in the chat, if you want to chime in, malls are more of an experience.
Yeah,
if I'm just going to Toys R Us, that's just Toys R Us. Mm-hmm. You go to a mall, there's like all kinds of sights and sound. There's like tons of shops.
Those people that annoy the hell out of you to go and, hey, try this cologne.
Yeah,
it's like, go away.
You might be able to get something cheaper online, but since you're there already and enjoying your time just walking around the area, you're probably going to buy it.
Yeah, you're going to spend more money when you go to a mall.
So that being said, like, it's not that. And I would say if the populace wants malls or is pissed about some of them closing, well, go yell at your congressman. Yell at the person at your town hall. Yell at them, because I guarantee they're the ones the problem why it's happening. Mm-hmm.
Because they probably have theirs in the pocket. But.
Yeah, like the Crystal Mall we're talking about. That's in Waterford. If you live in Waterford and you listen to this podcast, go yell at somebody that runs like the town, like your local governor or mayor or whatever. Because I guarantee they're part of the reason. I wouldn't put it past it that they're part of the reason.
And it's not just malls now. There's a lot of places closing down, and it sucks. But I predict that in the future, there's going to be this thing where people come up with, they'll be like, I've got an idea. I want to get out. I want to go somewhere. You know what? Let's build this building where you can go and look at stuff and buy stuff there. We'll call it a store.
It's
an amazing idea because everything's going to go online at one day, and we'll be like, man, there's nothing to do. And we'll become the freaking things from Wall-E. Fat people.
Maybe America will turn into that.
Yeah.
That's like the people that I think the one thing that drives me off the wall about people with their diets is the people that think bread is bad for you. It drives me up a damn wall. Because it's not. And it doesn't gain, you don't gain weight either. It's like, I don't know where, they think that's, it's carbs. No. Go look at any fucking European country, okay? Look at any of them.
It's what they put in the bread here.
Well, yeah, no, I know
That's the problem.
I know that.
Because sugar.
Because
why is your bread sweet, they go?
Because in Europe, it's illegal to fucking do that. You can't do that to food. It's disrespectful.
Well, it's not even sugar. It's the other sugar.
High fructose.
Yeah,
I know.
It. They need to stop with that.
Because I can tell you, I eat a lot of fucking bread. Okay, cool. I eat a lot of bread. and now, so I already eat a lot of bread as it is, okay?
Yeah, but you have the metabolism of a cheetah.
Okay. Good point. But my point is, in Europe, they eat, most of their breads are, there's only a few ingredients in them. They don't have 1,000 different ingredients or to preserve them forever because there's no reason for it. So the only reason why we do it over here is so we can have our shelves look full because we're obsessed with neurotic shit like that. Anyway, where if you just, so anyways, no, making bread is actually super simple to do, making your own bread. And now that I live with someone that absolutely all of a sudden loves making bread, I've ate even more bread. And holy crap, I think I ate one of the best focaccias in my life. Well, there's two. One with cheddar and jalapeno, and then another one with just roasted garlic baked into it. Oh, my God.
You know what I had the other day? Freaking, you take the Pillsbury pizza crust. You cut that into 4.
Yep.
Then you add you add butter on it. And then you mozzarella, pepperoni. Mm-hmm. You roll it up.
Oh, yeah.
Egg wash it. Then you put Italian seasoned butter on it. Then you cook it, and then it's a freaking pepperoni bread, and you dip it in the sauce.
Oh,
it was so
pepperoni
good.
bread, sausage bread. Oh, that's all really good.
It was delicious.
But yeah, and granted, you guys are not fortunate to live with someone that loves making bread. I am blessed with to have that, which is great because I fucking love bread.
Yeah, but you eat tomato sandwiches, so you're kind of weird. So
but if to make your own bread is really simple. But there's other options too. Like there are breads out there that don't have that shit, like Dave's Killer Bread and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That don't have all the crap in them.
There's a lot of other crap in it though. That's some dense bread.
No, there's no crap in it. There's a bunch of
I know. There's stuff in it.
There's stuff in it, but nothing crap though.
Good for you stuff.
Yeah. It's a little more pricey, but it's worth it though. But if, like I say, you don't want to spend the money, you can make your own bread. It's really easy. It's really cheap. Yeah. So that's what it is. So maybe we can making bread new again. What's old is new.
So our YouTube channel is changing from tech to cooking.
Yeah. Actually, well, hey, there might be a trend because Linus did do a pizza oven PC the other day.
Dear. Yeah, I did not see that.
Oh, you didn't see that?
I did not see that.
I didn't remember. Supposedly they did it 8 years ago and it failed, kind of. And I guess they decided to redo it. And I didn't know that. I was like, what the? Okay. It somewhat worked. Somewhat. Didn't cook the pizza, but keeping it warm anyway.
On that note.
And they used a 5090.
Oh, geez. All right, everybody, it's that time.
Okay, everybody. Before we get into the second half, we'd like to tell you about our sponsor.
If you can hear it.
Yeah.
One thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Hey kids, it's time to check out the Dorkening Podcast Network. With over 30 podcasts that encompass everything from horror to video games to comic books, and so much more, you're bound to find the shows for your taste. Whether it be Nerds of Unusual Origin, That Strange Show, Retro Red Octopus, Splash Pages, Throwdown Thursday, The Horror Squad, Still Talking With, my God, man, I can't read all of these. So just feel free to play and experiment with the Dorkening Podcast Network. There are over 30 shows chock full of nerdy goodness to sink your ears into. And they're all available on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever fine podcasts are broadcast.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Redoctopus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Seed's trying to say is that on Retro Red Octopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Dorking Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Octopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
Or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books, then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways Podcast Network. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
And we are back, everybody. So, we're back. We're going to get into some 3D printing because we're going to be doing a lot more videos on 3D printing coming up soon. We're going to be doing videos, obviously, restoring 3D printers, all the modifications I've done to 3D printers to the one. We did one video of some of the modifications, but there's been a whole lot more since then because there's so many things you can do to 3D printers. But on that note, before we get into it, what in the heck's everybody been watching? What have we been checking out? What you watched the Daredevil, obviously.
Yes, I did. There's 2 episodes I have not. I'm watching the second one after this.
Oh yeah.
But the first episode I thought was pretty damn good.
All right.
The beginning scene was rough. Nice fight scene and a sad moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, can't wait to see the next episode.
Anything else?
And I swear, I couldn't find it anywhere online, but I swear that what's his name that was in the Daredevil movie as Bullseye.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? He plays Penguin.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Shoot. Yeah, I can't.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
I swear he has a cameo. I swear. It had to be him. He was. I think he was just a thug, but he's just standing there. It was looking at him. He was just like, yep.
Maybe.
I'm like that's Colin Farrell. There's no way that's not him.
That's no way.
I'm like, it makes so much sense because he was in Daredevil.
Yeah. He was in, huh?
So I'm like, oh, it's got to be. But I couldn't find anything online about it.
Oh.
So it's like an uncredited type thing so far.
He could have been, yeah.
But it did just come out yesterday, so maybe it's just nobody's noticed or said anything.
I don't know.
But
I bet if you looked it up, somebody else noticed. Maybe.
I've been looking. I couldn't find nothing.
I don't know. So, the one thing. So, obviously, I watched finished up Silo. So one thing I do recommend. So if you are a fan of the Fallout series, okay, Fallout series is a great series. Obviously, aside from the game Fallout 76, which might be okay now. I haven't played it in a long time. I love the Fallout series. I love the Fallout universe. I love how they're done. All that stuff. One of the great. So there's a book series which I'm guarantee if you asked Hugh, I can't remember his last name, Hugh something. Well, I can't think. Anyway, I'm not looking at it right now, so I don't remember his last name offhand. But he wrote the Silo series. It started off as a self-published first one, which was Wool, which is a great book. Obviously, they've got published into a TV series. He's the executive producer called Silo. He has done a lot better, but I've heard stories of other authors going back and rewriting some of their books, and I wonder if he were to rewrite his first book, if it would be a little better, because this is the first time I think in a long time, I don't really remember the last time I've said this, that the TV series is so much better than the book. Oh. So much better than the book. Holy crap. There's so much more substance. The characters actually have proper development. You learn a lot more about each character. Storylines are actually fleshed out fully in the TV series, where everything's really quick in the book. And like the main villain in the book is very comical evil. Mm-hmm. Like, ha, I'm evil to be evil. How much more evil can I be? Evil, evil. Where in the show, there's a lot of substance to the character. You feel bad for him in some senses. At some senses, you're like, oh, this guy's just a prick, and then you learn more about him, and he actually in the show, like it's something they don't do in the book, which they should have done, but they didn't do. Is he actually has to kill somebody, and you find out he actually was in love with her, and it's like, oh my god, this is like sad. It's really sad, and you feel bad for him in a lot of ways. It's a very well-rounded character. Although I do have to say, though, they did hold back a little bit in the show because there's so many main characters that would have died if they would have followed the books. And they didn't decide to do that. So that's what it is. But in the end, though, the TV series is just so much more, I would say, fleshed out of a story. But I think that comes from experience, like seeing, it's hindsight is 20/20. You write your first story, it's good, people love it, it gets you known, and then you have a chance to rewrite it with somebody's help that's a little better at complex scenes and stuff like that. And all of a sudden it comes out incredible, which is what the show is. So I can't wait for the second one, which is, in a sense, I'm interested in what they're going to do, because the second book, which they're following the second book, and I already know that what they're doing is they're following the second book. The second book is a prequel to the first book. To what happened. So it's hundreds and hundreds of years before.
Oh, jeez. So
the third and fourth season is a completely different cast, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And they did. They got a whole new cast. They said they did get a whole new cast. So I think they're going 2 seasons per book. I think the third and fourth season are going to be the second book, and then the fifth and sixth are going to be the original cast again for the final 2 seasons, for the final book. But if you're a fan of the Fallout series, it has a lot of very Fallout vibes. So I would definitely recommend checking it out. It was great. But in the other note, if you haven't watched, so I'm going to get a lot about Severance because you just need to watch Severance. If you haven't watched Severance, go watch Severance. I think you've heard it a billion times. That's not him, I don't think.
I'm telling you, it's him.
I don't think that's him. The eye line's not right. The eye line's not.
Yes, it is.
I don't think so.
Oh, he has his accent too.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of does, but I don't know, there's something off about it. I don't know.
Very good. He should be an impersonator.
Yeah. But yeah, and if you didn't know, Severance is by, I can't remember the writer for Severance, but it's him and what's his face? Ben Stiller. It's one of the most best. It's
that's right.
It is by far the best show on streaming right now. Mm-hmm. It's on Apple streaming, obviously. It is incredible. It is so much intrigue and what the hell's going on, and oh man, so good. But I do have to say, anybody out there who actually finished the rest of Cobra Kai, I absolutely love how they finished it.
I'm still on season 1.
Oh my god! Like everything was wrapped up. Every storyline was wrapped up. It was absolutely so well done, and they brought it back to where it began. Mm-hmm. Like the final fight scene takes place in the exact same spot in the exact same arena as the first movie.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So they did such a great job of like wrapping things up, and they did an okay job because, in the final season 2, they also do a CGI AI-ish kind of render. Well, he has an interaction with Mr. Miyagi again.
Okay.
Because they kind of recreate the fight scene when he gets jumped by all those kids in the first movie. They recreate that because he's kind of having visions and stuff, and Mr. Miyagi shows up and fights him with him, and they do it. Obviously, it's a CGI, but it looks really close. It looks damn close. I'm like, holy shit, they did a really good job. So, like, absolutely amazing. And even like there's I can say is that a bad guy. So the bad guys get so bad in Cobra Kai, they really aren't redeemable. Okay. They're not. Oh. They're way past redeemable because how many bad things they do throughout the show. And these are like the bad guys from the first couple movies too. Mm-hmm. So aside from Chosen becomes like a good guy like right away when he comes back on the show, and he's always a good guy. Who was the bad guy in the second movie. But the other two bad guys, Kreese and Silver, like they get to a point they're not redeemable. But I can say they write it so one of them is redeemable, which is great. They do a great job because there's only one way you can do something about a character that's not redeemable, and it's absolutely great. They do write it just right. So, hats off to them. And obviously, we're getting one more movie. I don't know if they're going to do anything else with the franchise. They haven't said it, but there's one more movie coming out called Karate Kid Legends, which is just a movie so they could bridge the movie that's not a Karate Kid movie to the franchise.
Oh, okay.
Which is the Jackie Chan one.
Yeah.
Because what it's going to be is like Ralph Macchio character. Daniel is going to end up going to Beijing for some reason. He ends up running into Jackie Chan's character, Mr. Wong, I think his name is, to help him train a student. So, and it's just to bridge those two universes, really, because it's produced by the same people.
But you know what we really need?
What?
A Crossroads 2.
What?
It's the one where he plays guitar.
Oh. Yeah, that's right.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Was he playing with Stevie Vai or something like that?
Something like that.
He's one of those big guitarists back then. Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Yeah. What was crazy, and I was telling the friend who's obviously if you guys have been listening for a long time, you know who Tony Camper is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He didn't realize the people in Cobra Kai, Ralph Macchio,
Stevie Vai,
William Zabka, what's his face, the guy who plays Kreese, and the guy who plays Terry Silver. I can't remember their names offhand. He didn't realize like those two guys, Terry Silver and like the guy that plays the two like big bad guys there. Those guys are close to 80 years old. Well, Terry Terry Silver's not. Terry Silver's actually the same age as Ralph. He's a year older than Ralph Macchio, year younger than Ralph Macchio, but he looks older. I don't know. Anyway, but Ralph Macchio obviously and William Zabka are both in like their 60s. And I was telling Tony Camp about that, and I was like, you know why they look so good and they're so fit to this day, including the guy who plays Kreese, who is still doing martial arts stuff at almost 80 years old, because of the first Karate Kid movie.
Wow.
Because they actually hired people that knew martial arts to help train them and get them fit for the movie. Mm. They never stopped working with their trainers since then. And it kept them in shape.
Well, in Crossroads, Macchio and Stevie Vai had a guitar duel.
Okay.
But in the real world, Vai played both sides of it.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
It was dubbed over.
Yeah, no, I know that, yeah.
It's just funny. Oh, shit.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, because because Tony Camper was bitching about like kind of getting old and stuff. I was like, hey, that's not really true. There are things you can do. If you stay fit and stay healthy, and you can do the right things to take care of your body, you're not going to experience those things.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, so what should I do? Start learning martial arts?" I was like, "I don't know, maybe."
He just needs to remember them.
So yeah, definitely go check those out. But anyway, let's get into 3D printing. If you haven't checked out our video for the 3D printer, it was a cool little video. It's just called 3D printing upgrade. It's a neat little video of me upgrading an Ender 3. Which, if you don't know what an Ender 3 is, then
it's not the movie.
Well, it's not the movie.
Waiting for 2.
Not the movie. Anyway, so Ender 3, if you are even slightly, I mean even at like a 0.01% interested in 3D printing, you know what an Ender 3 is. It is easily, from when it was released, I think it was 2018, the most popular 3D printer, and it's still, to this day, the most popular 3D printer out there. Even though we have printers that are literally like light years in technology ahead of it, like with the Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon and shit. Like those printers are incredible, yes, and they have a whole bunch of cool bells and whistles and features, and they print absolutely amazing. But they are not like tinker friendly. They are to a point. They're not. I shouldn't say they're not completely untinker friendly, but I think the reason why the Ender 3 is still so popular is because the Ender series in general, a lot of them are customizable, and that in general because I think 3D printing attracts people that are tinkers.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And we have another another tinker on the channel, which is Mr. Johnny Webb.
Oh, yeah.
So, and he's been wanting to get into 3D printing and stuff like that. And my idea, so we're going to get him on there because he's new to 3D printing still. We're going to build a 3D printer and show him like the bells and whistles, how they work, let him build most of it so that he understands the functionality of it, how to fix things if they break, he can do it himself, kind of thing. And I think that was one of the things that I loved about like the Ender 3 is that it came in a box and you had to completely build it yourself. So and then you have to understand like how it works, how to get it set up. When something breaks, you kind of get an idea of like what broke a lot easier. And you're like, well, now I can reverse that because I put it together. I know how to do things. But it gets a lot more complicated than that.
They're pretty cheap.
Yes, they are.
$200. $180.
And what was it? Micro Center was doing a deal for a while. As long as you bought it in the store, you could get an Ender 3 Neo for $100, wow. Which is like a $300 printer. But yeah, was a $300 printer at the time. But you can do so much more with those printers, like with upgrading them and stuff like that. Like right mine now, like I don't know if you saw, like we were streaming earlier on Twitch. Printing new upgrade parts to fit the motherboard and the Raspberry Pi all in one. It's already in one, but I don't like the aesthetic so much, and the original prints were a little too flimsy, so I wanted them a little more thick, a little more rugged. So I'm printing them out in different colors, and gonna redo the wiring and stuff like that. Instead of like soldering them on here and that, I actually got a DuPont connector kit and stuff like that, which I'm gonna put proper connectors on them and stuff.
What were you streaming? YouTube videos or something?
No, I was streaming just at printing.
Oh, what was it printing?
It was printing a part. Well, for me to re-upgrade, because it's already upgraded, but I want to change those parts out for newer ones that are a little more rugged.
It's crazy when it's like it's eating itself.
But I'm also going to print out, the other upgrade I'm going to do is on the front part of it, there's a mod I'm going to do so I can take the power supply, which is actually hooked to the back of it off the side, and the power supply is going to go underneath the printer. So it can be all like one whole unit.
Now you're saying you wanted to get another printer?
Oh yeah, I'm going to get another printer.
Well, are you going to get another, what is it? wire printer, or are you going to get a liquid printer?
Oh, you mean no, I still want to stick with the FDMs.
Yeah.
Acrylic printers are cool, but not acrylic. Resin printers are cool. Resin printers are cool. Resin's still a little expensive. They print super well though. I just don't know. I don't want to get involved with like that whole deal with dealing with that. I mean, it's a whole other thing, and it's a whole like it depends on what you're printing.
So, what kind of printer did you want to get?
Oh, so it's debatable. So there is a new Creality printer, the Creality High, that's coming out. Which is a lot. If you need to know, a lot of the newer 3D printers that are coming out have their own like separate like little housing that can hold filament, and what it can do from being like that, it has actually a little hookup. It'll automatically switch colors for you. Okay, and since it's in its own little rack, it usually maintains temperature, so that like filaments like PETG, which is very hydroseptic, like it'll actually absorb a lot of moisture in the air. It'll actually be a lot better in an enclosure like that. That way, it won't get moisture in it. It won't. It'll be nice and dry for when you're printing, because that can cause problems if there's moisture absorbed into your filament. It can cause a lot of problems. So there is that one, which is really cool. And Creality, so far, I am really happy with. I still love my Ender 3 because I've done so many upgrades to it, really. And even if you have a standard Ender 3, it still prints well. And why not just keep using it? Someone asked this on Reddit the other day because someone had an Ender 3 and they were like, well, should I upgrade? And they were like, oh, these are the prints it makes. And it does a fairly good job. And he's like, everybody in the chat was just like, on the subreddit was just like, if it's printing well, then why upgrade unless you just want to print faster, or with some of the other special things you can do with it, because it's a great printer and it's a great price for that printer. But if you're not a tinker and you just want to print things, yes, go spend the money and go buy $1,000 Carbon X1, because it will just print for you. Okay, you can just throw filament in it and it'll print all day. Okay. And that's fine. And that's kind of like obviously the reason why I've debated on getting like an X1 Carbon as well, because they're great printers and they print really well, and you can do some really cool things with them and with the multicolor filaments and stuff like that. But the other companies are coming out with, like, especially like I was just saying, the Creality High it's a really cool printer that has multicolor printing, and it works really well. It's a basic stand-up bed slinger for the most part. But I kind of want to make, I've been looking on eBay, but the problem is I think they must be pretty sought after, because a lot of people seem to like, they're still going for almost as much as they are brand new, which is silly. Which is an Ender 5 Plus, which is a Core XY printer, which is what I want. I kind of want to get a Core XY printer, which everybody doesn't know what that means. That means that it's not a bed slinger. It means Core XY, which means the only thing that the bed is controlled is the Z. So the Z is the bed. The Core XY is the print head or the tool. So, and that's the big difference between the two, bed slingers and Core XYs. And I kind of want to get a Core XY printer, and I want to get a big one, so that way. There are some prints where I've had to split here and there, which is okay, but it's kind of annoying putting them back together or finding inventive ways to seal the plastic back together as whole, as how they're supposed to be intended to. Where on a printer like that, I can print giant prints and not have to worry.
I'm just waiting for more keyboard stands.
Oh my god! Yeah, we gotta get. I was gonna build I was gonna set it print 1,000 of these.
Yeah,
here you go.
I want to get more keyboards.
Yeah. I gotta kind of redesign that a little more rigid though. That keyboard stand works really well, but I gotta make one that's a little more rigid. I gotta make one that's a little more rigid. Yeah. Well, the falling apart things, we can just get some super glue and it won't fall apart.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I want to get more keyboards.
More keyboards.
More.
Well, we got to build a keyboard, which is another thing we're going to do eventually on the channel. We're going to use, obviously, the 3D printer. You can do so much with a 3D printer.
Can you just buy the, I know you can buy the keyboard internals, like the base and the board, all as one, and then you just add the the keys.
Onto the circuit board,
So
yeah.
You just add the keys, it's hot swap, whatever.
Yeah, onto the circuit
But
board.
can you just buy the board and then a case for it, and then
Yeah, you can buy
they have to
everything.
fit or a different size? Or
You can
something?
buy everything separate, but you can also make the entire thing yourself with a 3D printer.
Where you gonna? I'm talking about the board though. How do you get the board
You make the board.
with a 3D printer?
No, you make
Or
the
through
board.
PCB, whatever.
Oh, you can do that. You can do it through PCB way too, or through JCL PCB JCL Labs, which is what we went through. But no, you could hand wire and make the board yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
Fuck that.
It's not that bad. It's really not that bad.
It was bad when we made that video. We
Which
had
video?
the shittiest wires.
Oh, that video. No. Well, for one, I would probably use like sturdy wire, like solid wire, not loose wire.
Oh,
That's what a lot of people use. They use solid wire when they do the hand keyboards.
you know RGA yet? Retro Gaming Arts.
Oh yeah.
You got a long way to go.
Yeah. But that's what I would do. But I have my own plans though. I do plan on building a keyboard. I want to build a few keyboards. The main keyboard I want to build is a split keyboard. Just because I want to test the ergonomics of that, having like a completely split keyboard, like separate. I have a keyboard that's the sides are split, but I want to see how well ergonomically well. If
I'm
split
still
keyboard.
shocked that we never did a review on that.
Yeah, we
keyboard.
did. Well, we were dealing with some stuff.
Oh,
In
you
between
got
all
it
that
then?
stuff. Yeah.
Because he's like, I got this keyboard. It's a split thing. I'm like, I've never heard of this keyboard. What the fuck are you talking about? How did it not ended up on our table?
Yeah, that is a great keyboard. And it has a little screen to tell you the time. Or whatever else. You can change it and do whatever you want to. So, and you can reprogram the keys, which is what I did. So I can edit with it better. So, because it doesn't have all the keys, so I went and reprogrammed certain ones to delete, cut, repaste, and stuff like that. So I can edit faster. But I also, one of the things that's one of our most successful videos is the DIY Stream Deck.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and that was, it doesn't have a screen. It doesn't show you. You can do ones with screens on them, and people have done that as well, which is not hard. Some people went and took the tiny little screens you can buy and then attach them to a switch, and then you just push that whole screen in, and the little screen will display whatever. You can do that. There's also switches that are actually screens you can buy. There's a few ways you can do it if you want the screen, or you can do what we did. If you're not worried about them showing the little icons of whatever you're pressing, you just do a basic keypad and turn it into a Stream Deck. And that was super cheap. The Arduino board is literally like fucking $2 on the AliExpress.
Nuts.
So,
well, now it's $2.25.
oh yeah, and the same thing with like a lot of the fight sticks we've made. A lot of the ones we've mainly used is the Raspberry Pi RP2040, which we've used in a lot, and that thing is great. And literally, I have a freaking bag of them. Okay, that I bought for $2 a piece, all USB-C. But I also have one really cool thing. So I want to start doing is like a lot of times the Raspberry Pi is like right at the main where you plug it in the controller. Okay. And I found one thing that a lot of people started doing is they'll make that not the beginning point, because say if that plug-in port breaks, if you keep on plugging it in, it gets worn down, it breaks. That's going to be hard to replace. You'd have to replace the Raspberry Pi inside it, which is cheap. It's not hard. You can do that.
So you want to add like an extension cord?
But you have to reprogram it. So a lot of people actually have started. I saw this with some people's mods. They'll take the Raspberry Pi, put it on the inside of the controller, and then use a USB-C breakout board.
Oh, okay.
For where the controller plugs in. I bought a sheet of USB breakout boards for like $10.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah. So it's not a bad idea. Just to make it so it's a lot easier. And you learn so much. Especially if you're into engineering, you're into making things. 3D printing is really the way to go. And do not, if you want to get into 3D printing, do not think that like, oh, an Ender 3, it's from 2018. This is a shit printer. No, it's right up there with the printers nowadays. You just have to know how to use it. That's really what it comes down to.
I just don't have room for one. I don't want to take up our space.
There's room.
No. It just makes it more difficult to make video. The cleaner the room, the better.
Hey, we can mount it on the... There is a video, so...
they do make rods that
I think her name's Emily the Engineer. Is her YouTube channel? I think that's what it's called. Anyway, well, she makes a lot of 3D printing stuff. Anyway, they decided how far they could push the Ender 3. They hung it from the ceiling upside down, and it was still printing.
Wow. That's pretty good.
They also turned it into... They added huge aluminum extruding bars on the side of it to make it literally 10 feet high.
So they could make something really tall?
Yeah. Just to see
was it dice rollers?
No, it was like a hat and something else.
Oh.
They tried to do a sword, but the sword didn't work. It was
too thin?
Yeah, it was too thin, so it would be pushed back and forth. So it didn't work out. But yeah, it's they're so versatile. Like, but yeah, you can hang it from the ceiling. They make they make mounts. You can put them on the wall.
No.
Come on, there's enough room for Johnny to literally jump and spin in the air
onto my cabinet. No.
I don't know. There's lots of places you can do.
Well, I'm actually like I like not having the TV in here.
Okay.
But I miss having the TV in here. Like, we'll have to use it for our Game Smash, but
yeah, we're gonna have to. But yeah.
But like, I kind of want to get another TV for in here. I just like hanging on the wall right there or something. I don't fucking know. Just so we can use it for Game Smash.
Well, yeah. Once we start filming.
Yeah. Like, I can't see that on the monitors. It's too small. The way we do it.
Which obviously the one thing we could do, because you want a case, a certain type of case for the PC we're going to build. Mm-hmm. There's tons of 3D printable cases.
I don't trust the durability. I think it would fall apart. At least the 3D prints you give me.
My God.
Kind of shoddy. No. I could break that in half.
What? Oh, yeah.
The cup holder you got me split in two.
That's split?
Oh, yeah. The left one. You had to glue it.
A cup holder?
For the arcade machine.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah, but I was going by someone else's print, though, and they were like, I don't know. They're not that thick, either. Mm-mm. Like, I don't know why they designed them the way they did.
Part of it's probably because the cat sat in it when it was a kitten. But
oh, well, that doesn't help either. Yeah, I could probably try reprinting those too, because I've done a number of upgrades, so it might print a little better. But and I've learned a little bit about CAD software, so I may be able to find a way to make them slightly thicker. Because if they were a little bit thicker, they might work a little better. Because, like, that's what I recently did. Like the back of the Ender 3. There's nothing there originally. There's nothing there. So what I did is there's a build I found you could print to take the motherboard, the Raspberry Pi, the butt converter, and put it all in there. and
I could use that.
The butt converter. All you in the chat, I don't know if you know what a butt converter is. It's so you can step down voltage. Anyway.
Why would you do that?
To run other things, because the power supply that the Ender 3 runs on is 24 volt. Mm-hmm. Okay? You don't want 24 volts going into a Raspberry Pi that's running on 5 volts.
Oh. You got that thing in there.
Yeah, or other things that are running on different voltages. Mm-hmm. So you use a butt converter to step down the voltage. So.
That reminds me, do you want that webcam still?
Yes, we need the webcam. So I can get that. So I can get a little better quality and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things like that, and we'll see, because I'm going to install it. I run right now. So one of the best things you can do with the Ender 3 is get a Raspberry Pi. Okay. Once you get a Raspberry Pi, you can flash different firmware, and you can have the Raspberry Pi handle all the heavy stuff of printing and let the motherboard for the printer just deal with the G code. That way it can print faster. It can print more reliable. You can get a lot more statistics of your print a lot more easier. And you can run things like, which I'm going to be switching out to right now. Right now, I run Octoprint, Octoprint. And that's its own software that controls the printer, uploads the printer. It can talk to, what's cool is, because the main software, there's so many different slicing software, and you can get into a debate with people of what's the best slicing software. And all of them are great in their own fashion. I used Cure for a while, and then I used Prusa Slicer. And now I've lately, because it's been just great, is Orca Slicer.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think Orca Slicer just works. They have so many other oddball settings in it that the other ones don't have to get prints to work a little better. I don't know. It just seems to work for me anyway. But that could just be me. And it natively works with, obviously, the Raspberry Pi. It can talk to it. It can talk to Octoprint and send things right to it. And a lot of the other ones can too. I'm not just saying that Octoprint's not the one that can do that. But the one thing I am going to be switching over to, because the main thing you should do if you do have a 3D printer is try to get, and you have a Raspberry Pi, is get Klipper running on there. Klipper is incredible software. It is the main competitor to Marlin. Marlin is the main firmware that a lot of 3D printers run nowadays. The reason why is because it's open source. It can pretty much run on an 8-bit motherboard, which is why a lot of 3D printers have it, because it takes nothing to run. But the problem is it can't do a lot of the complex things that Klipper can do. But you need a Raspberry Pi to run Klipper, because it's a very complex program that can really dial in. You can use input shaping and stuff like that to get your prints looking great. And yes, I know I just said input shaping. A lot of people are going, what? What is input shaping? What are you even talking about? Anyway, so input shaping is, so say you're printing. Say if I'm drawing. So like, imagine I'm sitting here drawing, okay? What do you think's going to happen if Bazinga starts going like this to the table? Okay. Now, so that gives resonance, okay, to my hand that's now trying to, okay? Your printer is also giving off resonance. The faster it prints, the more resonance it's going to give off, because it's going to be shaking everything, okay? Yeah. It's going to be shaking itself. It's going to be shaking the table. I remember one time I turned my printer up like super high, like wicked fast. You could go, the whole table was moving. It was going as the print head like just moved across the whole thing. It was crazy. I was like, whoa.
Use a printer for printing paper.
Oh yeah. But there are people have got like that's the thing too. If you have the capability, if you get the right components on, like even an Ender 3, I've seen people crank up Ender 3s so fast. And this is the reason why, is because of Klipper. Because you can use things like Input Shaper and get it dialed in to compensate for that resonance.
So it's a gimbal for your printer.
Kinda. Yeah. But there's a lot more complex you have to do to get it to working right. And then you can just really crank up that speed and get some smooth prints running at like light speed.
Interesting.
Like you would think, like watching 3D printers, like do a search.
Yep.
Do a search on like YouTube, just fast, like type in like super fast 3D printer or fast 3D printer, whatever you want to type in. You'll see some of these printers just moving. What are we here? I don't need. Which is this? What's the title of this video? Oh yeah, see?
We tested the fastest printer on the market.
Yeah, look at this thing go.
That's not sped up?
I don't know if that one's sped up.
Oh, hold on.
And there might be an actual video. Like he's going through. That's the benchy. That's like the main thing that comes with the. It's the main print everybody does to test to calibrate their printer after they build it. Except I didn't do the benchy. I did a cat because that's who I am. Did they test it or what? You went to the end of the video.
I know, because I've been trying to find it.
Or do they just talk about it?
Fucking clickbait.
Clickbait. Oh, Onshape. Holy crap. That thing is flying.
It says real time right there.
Yeah.
Real time.
That is insane. That's like when we got 15,000 millimeters a second or something. Holy crap. I think this is a Voron. Is this a Voron? I think this might be a Voron. Someone's self-built Voron printer. Holy shit. Yeah, that's
way.
That's real time.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And look at that thing go. Like, holy shit.
Wow. All right, there's one keyboard stand. Next.
That'd be like 20 keyboard stands. Holy shit.
Jeez.
But yeah. That is insane. Is this the record for the Benchy? How fast is this going to print? What's the what does it say? 2 minutes and 25 seconds?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, that is a record Benchy. Holy shit. Some of the fastest benches I've seen are like 8 minutes. But like that is crazy. 2 minutes for a Benchy.
What's a Benchy?
It's just a boat.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it looks like a boat.
But it's just a default file you can use to see if your printer's calibrated. Right.
And that's what they just go by for
testing. Everybody does it. It's just a testing print. And it's just called a Benchy.
Their benchmark.
Yeah, Benchy.
I get it.
You get it.
200,000 millimeters a second.
Yeah, 200. What the hell? Oh. See, if I would like that, I didn't turn my printer up that high, but I was doing it at like a eighth of that speed. My entire friggin' desk was moving. Wow. I was like, whoa. Okay, obviously I can't print at that speed. No shit. So yeah, you can do some like my printer. Once I get like end game of my Ender 3, that's a sentence. I hope to be printing fairly fast. I mean, it prints pretty fast as it is, because after I added the dual Z axis, which was that video that we did, it could print quite fast because the stability was so much better.
Oh yeah, you could tell it was a difference.
It was so much better. I did get rid. I do have the glass bed still, but I switched to a PEI bed instead. PEI springs. The adhesion's just better. I do have an HEI bed too. I use, but the adhesion's a pain in the ass to get that working too. But the cool thing about that bed is, the part that's that prints on that side has like a holographic look to it after it's done printing.
Oh,
it's really cool because the bed surface is holographic.
So it makes the print
yep.
that way. It's weird.
Yeah, it's really cool. It has two different patterns on each side, but the adhesion's just a pain in the ass though.
Do you put stuff on it?
No.
How does it color it?
It doesn't color it.
Or how does it make it holographic?
It just does because something out in the pattern. It just reflects the pattern.
That's weird. Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to do it. But anyway, so the future, we are going to make a lot of things. I want to make a better version of the Stream Deck. I want to make it bigger so that we can control volume for different microphones and stuff like that with one Stream Deck.
I'd like to do that with this one.
Everything all plugged into one. Mm-hmm. So that way you have a central hub to control everything. Yeah, just a lot more practical prints, which is like why I'm sticking with FDM printing compared to resin printing, because resin printing seems to be more aligned. If people are really into printing like figurines and stuff like that, that's what you'd want to print. Like I've tried to print 3D print with my printer of like some of our Pathfinder characters, and they don't come out that great because the detail is too high for an FDM printer. I could, which I probably will at some point, I might try to using a 1 millimeter nozzle and see if that does a little better. Because right now I use a 4 millimeter. Which
you know, it'd be cool if you could figure out how to make. I know you could buy them, a headphone splitter, but like with volume control. Like you can plug.
You don't need a 3D printer, but you could just do.
you could plug 4 headphones in it with the big jack.
Oh, yeah.
And they each have a knob to turn up the volume.
Well, yeah, we could make a deck like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we could figure out a way to make one.
We could make one like that.
I don't know how to do it, but you could buy them. Behringer makes them, but if you could make one, that'd be neat.
Yeah, we can make one. I'm sure we can make one. That doesn't seem too difficult.
Add some pots to it, you know.
Yeah. Which is like, that's been sitting in my cart. I have a cart that I have like pots in there. I have the sliders. I have a few other things sitting in my cart right now that I'm going to order.
Oh, your cart?
My cart. From AliExpress. I have to order.
I get overwhelmed by that site because I'm like, there's just so many things. So many things.
Yeah, but you just go after what you're looking for.
I know, but what I look for is it's a waste of my money because it's going to be trash.
Oh, like that printer.
They have some replicas of guitars that I can't ever get in my life.
Oh.
And they probably are garbage. But
like that keyboard we were just talking about that I have. I bought the base of that from AliExpress, then I added all the other parts to it.
For tech parts, it's great.
Oh, yeah. And phone cases. I have 15 iPhone 15 phone cases. Because I wanted a spree and I bought like a ton at once. I was like, I don't know.
I'm just impatient because, God, how long do you wait for that to come? A month?
No.
No?
No.
How long?
Maybe a couple days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it used to be forever.
Yeah. Although I don't recommend. So, 2 of the worst companies in the entire world, and if either of the CEOs or people that run these companies are listening, which you probably don't care because you probably know this, and you don't care because you make the money anyway, is Laser Shit, which is used by Walmart.
What do you mean Laser Shit?
Laser Ship.
Oh, Laser Ship. Oh, they're a deal distributor.
Yeah, there's Laser Ship, which is used by Walmart. I think they're used by Target as well. And then there's AliExpress, and I don't know if Temu uses it too. SpeedX. They're both the 2 worst shipping companies ever.
Did they always get it wrong or something?
They've got it wrong more than right.
But you never. How do you choose?
You don't choose.
So yeah.
But but what they do is so if anyone doesn't know what Amazon Flex is.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Amazon Flex is like anybody can go unless you actually work for Amazon. Although you can do it, so supposedly you can do it on different. Even if you work for Amazon, you can do it on off hours in some cases. I don't know. It depends on the area or something. But so Amazon Flex is anybody can sign up. It's just like Uber or anything like that. Except it's a little more.
Oh,
it's a little more detailed than that. You deliver packages for Amazon. Okay.
With your own car.
With your own car, but you do have to you still have to wear an Amazon vest. Mm-hmm. You still go there to the factory. Well, to the warehouse.
Well, you got to get the stuff.
You got to go to the warehouse. You clock in. You clock that you're there picking up the stuff, and then you go there and you grab a cart and they have it on set up for you and be like, here, this is the cart you're being delivered. And usually people grab it, load it up in their car to different areas because they usually give you like 3 to 4 different towns worth of stuff. And usually people split that up. Okay, I'll go to this town first, next town, this town, and then it'll say on your phone, okay, say you have like 3 towns. Go, okay, it's going to take you 3 hours to deliver. On the average, it'll take you about 3 hours, and we're going to pay you $65 for all these deliveries. Okay. And if you get that done like in like half that time, well, now you just got paid, like $30 an hour there. So obviously minus gas. Yeah. That's what Amazon Flex is, but they also track you the whole time. So Amazon Flex for the most part is pretty good. They have gotten my deliveries wrong here and there, and I've had it happen to me twice. And I think it's because the people that were delivering it had really bad cell coverage. That all of a sudden on the map, because I'll be like, 10 stops away, all of a sudden just poof, like they're not there anymore. And then my order still says out for delivery, but has no tracking information. Because and I think what happens because they can't even deliver it at that point because they can't get the address because they have no cell signal. So it drops out, and then they end up delivering it back when they have to go back because you have to go back to the warehouse. Obviously, they bring the packages back, and then the next guy brings them out.
I've had stuff from Walmart delivered to other places in the park.
Yeah.
it says my address right on the front of the building.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
And it was on the back door. I was like walking through the town going, oh, there's some Walmart stuff.
Which if people just use their brain, use their brain, and just looked at the area, and maybe look on Google Maps, you can see. I remember when I first moved, so not my old apartment, my last apartment that used to, it took me like 2 or 3 times of me giving Amazon or like delivery people a super negative review. And then all of a sudden the next time, it got delivered to the right place. And every time after that, it started getting delivered to the right spot.
Well, I can tell you this, from them delivering to the wrong places a few times, so basically it was delivered at the wrong place, and they messaged us and said, well, because you didn't get your delivery, we're going to refund you automatically. But then the stuff appeared on our door, but we still got the refund.
Oh, yeah, I've had that.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And that happened a few times for some reason, and then I got a pair of sneakers for free. Because, like, what's going on here?
I think as long as you don't abuse things like that.
Oh, no, of course not. We were like, what? But they still did. It was too late. Because, like I said, it was automatic. I was looking at my phone, and all these messages, they were saying, oh, well, because we did that. I'm like, okay, I don't know how that happened, but whatever. And then, have you seen the Amazon trucks in New York?
No.
So, because New York did that thing with the toll.
Yeah.
I think they stopped it, or he's trying to stop it. But they did that thing with the toll. Amazon was trying to get around having to pay that toll.
Mm-hmm.
So they have these pedal Amazon trucks. They're electric bike trucks.
That's what the hell?
It's crazy.
How do they even work?
You sit there. It's like a micro box truck.
Okay.
It's smaller than the funny looking ones, and you pedal it, and that charges it up, and then it goes.
Oh wow!
So because it's an electric bike,
yeah,
you don't have to pay the toll, the congestion toll.
Oh wow!
It's the weirdest thing ever.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty inventive, I have to say.
Amazon pedal.
You have to say that's pretty inventive. Oh my god. That is actually pretty inventive.
That's the cheap, and then there's like this one.
What is that?
You pedal it.
Oh yeah, it is a pedal. Damn. It's a little bigger, but yeah.
But they were doing this in the middle of winter.
Ooh, fuck that.
That thing better pedal you some heat.
Yeah, well, you're gonna work up a sweat anyway doing fucking pedaling.
Yeah, but that's not good either. You can get sick.
Yeah. Holy crap. I guess that's one way around tolls.
Yeah. It was pretty nuts. I was like, what am I looking at?
Oh my god. But they don't even have to do that to congestion. They can do what other countries, first world countries, have: ban fucking cars. Aside, they like a lot of some of the major cities over in like Finland and stuff like that banned rural cars from their cities, and only delivery and emergency vehicles were allowed.
Mm-hmm. So
there's your problem.
How do they
get
around?
Huh?
How do they get around? Bikes?
Bikes or
is it like public transit?
Public, like that's the thing. We suck in America. We suck at public transit so bad.
I did a taxi once, and I went on the T once, and I'm good.
Oh,
I am set.
See, I love trains.
No, this wasn't a train. This was like an above ground subway.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I like public transit. I just wish it was actually implemented.
I'm good.
Like, especially like the worst thing is like in rural areas of our country are so bad. They'll have like one bus like maybe twice a week in the rural areas of our country.
Oh,
it's like stupid, especially even around here. Like
we have the Ride Dot or whatever the hell it's called.
We have Ripta that comes comes literally twice a week. That's it. That comes down to the rural areas.
Well, they go to Walmart all the time.
Yeah, I know that, but like twice a week, it's stupid. It's like, why aren't you running all day every day?
Because they don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, well, people still have to get around, especially in a rural area more than a city. Things are close in a city. In a rural area, they're not so close. It would be more beneficial in a rural area. But no. Greed. That's what it comes down to. It's greed.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you're a fan of old computers If you're a fan of tinkering, if you're a fan of 3D printing, well, definitely head over to Tech Prime Media. If you're not here watching us already on the YouTube tubes, obviously hit subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe, like button, all that fun stuff.
Make a comment.
Leave a comment.
Tell us what you think.
All that fun stuff. But you're already here, so we appreciate you. But anyway, we will be back in a couple weeks with more tech news, more tinkering stuff. Hopefully this Acclaim thing isn't just a short-lived thing and we see stuff coming out from Acclaim pretty soon.
Oh, we forgot to bring it up.
What?
Tony Hawk 3 and 4.
Oh, yeah. Tony Hawk 3 and 4 are coming around.
Yeah, so that's fun.
The remaster.
The 1 and 2, so.
The remake.
We're hoping that after that it's going to be Underground.
Yeah, the Underground was really good.
Give me a remake of Underground with some
like
changes.
Underground was the last really good one.
Yeah.
Before it kind of went, yeah.
American Wasteland was okay, only because, but like, I'm not really a big. It was good then, but Jackass is done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that was like all the Jackass people doing that kind of that. I'm like, I'm all set with that. Make something different. So.
Yeah. No, that'll be cool. So.
Yeah.
One of the better remakes. Anyway, so that being said, we will be back in a couple weeks. We'll see you then. Remember, we have a Patreon. Links below.
Be our first sub. For latest and greatest in gaming and tech, everyone, Tech Prime Media. We'll see you next time.